Xplane Dedicated. Welcome to the home of Xplane Dedicated on YouTube. This is the YouTube channel where you can find hints, tips and reviews regarding Xplane. I have access to some of the foremost developers of Xplane content in the world. They are members of both the Facebook group and here on the YouTube channel. If you have a question, you can put it in the comments below on any of the videos. I will see them, or even join the Facebook group. The link will be below. Don't forget to hit the like button and give us a thumbs up. We'll see you soon. Cheerio. Also, 1, 2, 3. Cheerio.
Dublin, November 180 Bravo Bravo with it. November 180 Bravo Bravo, good afternoon to you. Report your altitude. 2,000 feet on 1014 Bravo Bravo. Bravo Bravo, understand you're looking for 60, so climb not above, initially not above 4,000 feet on the QNH 1014. 4,000 feet, Bravo Bravo. Correct, what's your requested routing? Let's go and then direct. 521 ready, cleared direct, let's go. Let's go, Bravo Bravo.
Hi, Xplane Dedicated. Welcome to the home of Xplane Dedicated on YouTube. This is the YouTube channel where you can find hints, tips and reviews regarding Xplane. I have access to some of the foremost developers of Xplane content in the world. They are members of both the Facebook group and here on the YouTube channel. If you have a question, you can put it in the comments below on any of the videos. I will see them, or even join the Facebook group. The link will be below. Don't forget to hit the like button and give us a thumbs up. We'll see you soon. Cheerio.
Take it.
1, 2, 3. Cheerio.
Dublin, November 180 Bravo Bravo with it. November 180 Bravo Bravo, good afternoon to you. Report your altitude. 2,000 feet on 1014 Bravo Bravo. Bravo Bravo, descending for 60, so climb not above, initially not above 4,000 feet on the QNH 1014. 4,000 feet, Bravo Bravo. Correct, what's your requested routing? Let's go, and then...
Okay, here we are. Hello guys, hope everything's alright and you can hear me well enough. Just going to turn that down a moment just so we have the voice. Well, as you can see my desktop, you can't see me because the camera is foobar. There we go. Everything looks good. Right. A couple of questions. First of all, from David was, am I going to try UK 2000? Am I going to review UK 2000? I am. I am waiting on some scenery for Cardiff. I've been offered a review copy of EGKK from UK 2000, so as soon as I get that, we'll have a major review on that. Hi Joe, nice to see you. So, what I am doing this evening, and you've probably seen it already in the title, I spent last night recording and filming video for Gatwick, and so I recorded all of that last night, and then this morning, late last night, I edited it, I put it all together, I edited it together, I put all the wipes in and everything, and I recorded the voiceover for it, and then when I tried to render it, for some reason at 92% it would stop. I tried rendering it 3 times, no more than 3, it was about 4 times I tried rendering it, and every time at 92% the render would stop, and it stopped on one particular page that I had. Commander Root, thank you for following. Not one page, sorry, on one scene, one clip that I had, which was a wing view as I came into land, it would stop there, and I removed that clip and joined it all back up together, re-edited it, extended the film so it would fit the voiceover, and once again 92% it stopped rendering. So I have no idea why that is, and so therefore what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a live stream of Gatwick Airport, and hopefully do what I did in the video, but it will be very different because it's going to be live anyway. So let's get to Gatwick first. So the aircraft here obviously is the Zebo mod, and hopefully you will bear with me, and I will try to do what I normally do when I do a review. Okay, so we're not really bothered with the aircraft at the moment, so we can forget about that. All right, so let's just get outside. Okay, so here we are. We're at Gatwick Airport, and well, first of all, I need to say a couple of things. Okay, so all the buildings that you see off to the right here, beyond these trees, and I'll just scan over. That's GB Pro. Okay, it's GB Pro and a bit of laminar assets as well. So that's why it looks so heavily populated. But coming down, I've got all these trees here. All these trees have been hand placed. Now, if I can remember, I think there's something like, it's either 60,000 or 70,000 hand placed objects, and I will find that out for you, because one thing I hate doing is getting something like that wrong. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to quickly zip over here, which you can't see me doing because it's on my other screen, and I will open that and open that, and I'll pick up some information regarding the hand placed objects. I think it's something like, I want to say 70,000, but I'll tell you exactly in one moment. It is actually, if I can find it in the blurb, 70,000 hand placed objects. Okay, 70,000 hand placed objects, and most of those are trees. But not only are they trees, they are the buildings. I mean, just look at this here. As we come in here over the North Terminal here, and the Sofitel Hotel. Now, I don't know how many of you have flown out of Gatwick in the real world. I've flown out of Gatwick, and so far, just at this moment in time, this is very impressive. These are custom buildings, so you've got the Sofitel Hotel there, and that just looks absolutely awesome. I love the detail on the roof. I love the detail on the roof. Once again, though, and I think Pilot Plus, they kind of done this on purpose. So here we've got the roof of the hotel, and they've used a texture, a photo texture, and they've probably used the photo texture from the real hotel, and so you've got all this kind of air conditioning stuff on the top here. Now, if you want to get into it, you can actually put 3D items up there if you want, but it's really difficult. It's hard getting 3D items up on the roof because in reality, you've got to figure out how many meters above the ground the roof is, and you put that meterage into the objects so that's on the roof. Some people get it right, others can get it wrong. I've seen some buildings where items on the roof have actually been floating by a few feet, and that doesn't look good. But anyway, that's just a minor thing, and I don't really mind that. I don't mind that Pilot have used a photo texture there, because how often are you going to be looking at that? It's only when you get close to things like reviewers do that you'll see it. It's very rare that you as a pilot will notice something like that. So here we've got an elevated roadway here with a bit of photo texturing on there, which is once again really difficult to do. And when you pull out, it looks okay. It's when you get close, then you start to see tiny issues with it. So flying above it like this, it's not that bad at all. In fact, it's very good. One thing I will say, and I'm pretty sure Joe will agree, and Joe is in the room, so if you want to ask him a question, you can. In the UK, it's very hard to get high quality ortho photos. Okay, they're very difficult to get them. You can get them, but you're going to have to pay for them, and you pay an awful lot of money. So what a lot of developers in the UK do, they use the ortho photos they can get hold of, and from a couple of thousand feet, as I am here, they don't look too bad at all. They look very good. When you get a little bit closer, then sometimes they can break up. Now, as a point of interest, my photo scenery, I'm trying to find a location. Right, so my photo scenery over here, look here, is from RC Simulations, and it's the photo scenery for the United Kingdom. Now, the photo scenery, in fact, what I'll do, I'll get the box. Let me get the box off the shelf. I've still got it. Here we are. I have it. Here we are. So, the photo scenery for the UK from RC Simulations, specifically for Xplane. Here we are. Let me just make this neat and tidy. There you go. I hope you can see that. Take the shine off the box. VFR photo scenery, 4-volume box set. This is a complete box set. You can see how thick it is there. This is not satellite imagery. Okay, this is not satellite imagery. This is photographs. Photographs that were produced by a company called Get Mapping PLC. Okay, and Get Mapping PLC, what they did, they flew over the United Kingdom in a Cessna at around about 2,500 feet and took photographs. They didn't do Scotland because the weather in Scotland was always cloudy. And so they didn't do Scotland at all, but they did do the United Kingdom. And then, of course, what happened was that the photo scenery was the photos were retouched, colorized, etc. So that is my ortho photo of the United Kingdom. It's not ortho photo, it's not satellite imagery, it is photographs of the whole of the UK. Right, so that clears that up. So coming back to Gatwick and ortho photo scenery for Gatwick. To get it really top quality, you have to pay for it, and it costs a fortune. So I think that Joe and Jack and all the people at Pilot have done a fabulous job in the photo scenery that they've used. It is the ortho photos, sorry, that they've used. It's really good. It could be better, but to be quite honest, looking at it like this, it just doesn't look that bad at all. It looks really good. Chewie hype. I don't understand what that means, but maybe he's been watching Star Wars, which I was earlier. but then I came up here to do this for you. So, you know, looking around, it just looks perfect. I'm not saying it looks perfect, but it looks damn good, doesn't it? And I'm not saying this just because Joe's here. I've done reviews before for Pilot Plus, and I speak as I find. And in fact, I'd like to think that I've got quite a good relationship with Pilot Plus, because if they send me something before release, then I will go through it and I'll say, look guys, you need to sort this out, you need to sort that out. Right, so in that same vein, this is version 2.2. And the reason why it's version 2.2 is that they did release version 2. But unfortunately, there were a few glitches, there were a few bugs, and on lower end machines it wasn't running that well. So Joe and the guys, they went away, they went back into their caves, and they kind of worked it all out, and they've updated version 2. They've made it more, what's the word I'm looking for, more friendly in terms of frames, performance friendly. But also what they've done is they've created a light version of Gatwick. So that means that there are two versions for Gatwick Airport. This one, which is XP11 on a high-end machine. My machine is quite a high-end machine. And they did a light version for Xplane 11 for lower-end machines, okay? So there are two versions. When you go to your account, if you already own Gatwick and you go to your account, you will see that there are two versions in there. So download the version that pertains to your machine. Okay, if you already own it, it is a free upgrade. If you don't already own it, I suggest you get on over to xplane.org and purchase it. It's $21, so that works out at around about £18, I think, or thereabouts. I might maybe a little bit lower. We'd have to check the exchange rate, but $21 is very, very good indeed. What I'm going to do is, let's just do a couple of slow passes. First of all, I love this complex area here. Just looks brilliant, and no need for 3D work on the roof there, because the photo texturing on the roof is really, really good. So, you know, top marks there, Joe. So you retracted a message for some reason. I didn't get a chance to see what it was, but there we go. So let's just do a slow pass here as we have a look at the airport. Now, I've got static aircraft on. I've turned it on within Xplane, and I am aware that there is actually a static aircraft pack for this. Now, Joe will have to let us know as to whether that comes on. When you turn on the static aircraft in Xplane, are we using that static pack that you've embedded in this, Joe, or do we have to do something else to get that, to get your specific static aircraft? And I know that you've had some specifically 3D modeled, didn't you? So once again, just having a look around here, and we're getting close. In fact, what I'll do is I'll jump into a car maybe, and we'll have a drive around, which is what I did. I just love this elevated walkway. If you've been to Gatwick and your aircraft's parked over there, let me get down here a bit. If you've been to Gatwick and your aircraft is parked up here somewhere, let's just whiz around, you'll taxi out underneath there. It's absolutely amazing. My wife and I went to Jamaica. We flew from Gatwick, and it was a 787 Dreamliner that we was on. In fact, it was a brand new Dreamliner for Thomson. It was only 2 weeks old, and we taxied out through there. It was amazing, absolutely amazing. Anyway, I think this has been done really well. Look at the walkways. They're all HSBC marked. Maybe a little bit of an issue there, slight issue there with the modelling, because really you should be able to see all of HSBC. So maybe the block needs to go further back towards the terminal, and then you get the whole of HSBC there. That's just a glitch. The thing is, what people don't realise, of course, is when you're developing airports, scenery, the amount of work that is involved. And if you look here, you'll see we've got the whole of HSBC on the side there of the walkway. looking really spectacular. And if I could, I hope you can see this okay, guys. As I come across here, just look over the background there. You see the terrain mesh. You see the properties and the buildings, the houses going up and down. That church spire there on a bit of high ground. Yeah, there, pretty neat. Really, really neat. So, hopefully, shall we get down and dirty? Get on the ground, shall we? Okay, you're going to have to bear with me for a little bit of this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do a little bit of jiggery pokery. Alright, I'm not going to give all my secrets away, so I'm going to put this over here a minute. And then I'll sort it out. And we'll get on the ground and see what we can see. If I can get a car moving around. Some of you might be clever enough and know what I do. The screenshot you can see there, that's obviously Cardiff Airport in the evening, and the weather depicted in that screenshot is Ultra Weather XP. Okay, so it's pretty good indeed. I just got to do one thing here, just to. There we go. I think that'll do. So I'm just waiting. I just need to put my feet there and get rid of that. Okay, here we are then. So it's when you get down on the ground like this that you see where the problems might lie. Okay, Joe's just told me there's no static aircraft pack. It's WT3 compatible. I don't use WT3 because I fly on VATSIM most of the time. Now you look at this here. You can see where the PBR rendering's been applied because you've got the sun shining and it's reflecting off the concrete there. So you've got that sheen on the concrete. It's really, really good, and it is really good when you can get down nice and low like this. You actually feel the scale of the airport, like PBR rendering on that static aircraft there, the chrome shining. So you actually feel the scale of the airport. Like, can I get through here without hitting anything? Yeah, nice. And it's also when you get down low onto a scenery like this that if there are any errors, if there are any mistakes, this is when you'll see them. This is when you'll spot them. And when I did the filming yesterday and I was driving around like this, I had a good look around, and I wasn't spotting it. Look at this. Look at this wall here on the left-hand side. This is a sound baffle. Yeah, a noise baffle that was installed at Gatwick some years ago. But look at the curve, how it's going in and out, and I think that's been superbly modelled there. So once again, top marks for Pilot and the team there. 3D trees seem repetitive. Well, yeah, that is a consequence, of course, of 3D trees. But not only that, in the UK, generally they have a certain type. So I don't worry about that too much. It's when you move out into the countryside a little bit, you might see a variation in trees. But we're in the northern hemisphere, in the northwestern hemisphere, so you don't expect too much variation. But it doesn't detract that much from the overall impression. So just coming over here now. Got to be aware of any traffic that might be around me. I don't think there's any around me. So any vehicles? As you can see, there's moving vehicles all over the airport, and these assets, have been really well managed. There's not an awful lot of what's the word I'm looking for? There's not too much moving vehicles. There are some. There are not loads and loads and loads, but there is enough to give you the impression that the airport is alive. There's things going on. Yeah. Definitely smelly games. There's those trees coming through the walls there. I'm sure that can be fixed, in an update, or even, if you wanted to put an exclusion zone around it yourself. But once again, it's only when you get down low and you start, doing things like this, driving around, looking around the airport, that you find these tiny things. Overall, it's not a deal breaker. Not a deal breaker at all, and I think so far it looks good. I'm just reading back quick, see if there's any more questions here. Nope. Yeah, all the exact same height. Yeah, it's funny that, isn't it? But you know, if you actually have a look at any kind of forest or woodland, you kind of see that trees tend to grow to more or less the same height. I mean, there will be variations, but not much. You'd be surprised, actually. Can I get through here? No, no, that's just a big old area. So let's just do a quick U-turn there. Whoops, a daisy. Making myself feel giddy. It's a good job I'm not in the drone. Although we will, if we can, get the drone up. But of course, you do not fly drones at airports because the CAA will jump on you from a great height. Once again, the thing with the moving vehicles, the moving vehicle algorithm, which was created by Marginal, I believe, if I remember correctly, it's really useful, and you can create some absolutely amazing moving vehicles. But they always have a start and they always have an end, and sometimes, you know, the start and end of them, if you see it, it can be a little bit jarring. But these have been done so well, actually, that there's just enough of them to keep you looking at different places. So, like the baggage handler there, you know, he's just pulled out of the place. And the moving vehicles in Xplane, if you're in an aircraft and a vehicle is going to go past you, theoretically it should stop. Look at this texture in here on the ground, this asphalt. This is really good. Really, really good texture, and that looks really nice. What was that? Take a right. You're close to the new Pier 1. Oh, I've moved away from it as well, haven't I? But not to worry, we'll catch it in a moment. So, oh, I love that livery. I love Southwest livery. I don't know why, there's something about it. I just like it. Anyway, what I'll do is we'll get back over here, and I'll find something that I can jump in, and we'll take a flight, I think. So without showing you all my tricks, I'm going to pull up here. I'm going to move that over there. And we'll see if we can find Pier 1. Okay, so just let me... Now then, as I say, you do not fly drones near airports because you get into awful trouble, okay? And you get into a mess of trouble. There we go. Oh, that was supposed to be a split S, and it all went wrong. I'm going to have to do a new flight now. Oh dear. Right, so let's try that again. You might have figured that out now, which is a bit of a shame, but never mind. Here we go. We'll get these. There we go. That goes off, and the RAS goes off as well. I was supposed to be a split S, but I didn't have enough height. Never mind. Right, now I got to figure out where Terminal 1 is. I think it's round here, isn't it? Is it round here? I hope it is. We're soon Pier 1, not Terminal 1. Is this Pier 1 over here? I think it might be. Yes, if I recall, I think this might be it. So, coming back to the trees, yeah, I kind of guessed they might look a bit uniform, but even so, you know, I think it doesn't detract that much at all from the overall impression. It just doesn't, you know, it just looks good as far as I'm concerned. I'm more than happy with it. And in fact, around some airports, you would find stuff like this. And you look at this wooded area here, okay? I don't think those trees are too uniform. They have height and definition. They don't look that bad. You can put almost any kind of trees you want in there: oak, elm, ash, birch. I've done scenery development. It's really difficult as well placing trees, especially around roads. But look, we've got trees here on the edge of this road. We've got trees on the roundabout, which should be there. That's pretty good. That's good placement, because it is really difficult to place trees in any kind of shape. You know, getting them in lines, it really is difficult. Okay, so Just for a matter of interest, Gatwick Airport is a single-use runway airport, even though there are 2 runways. It's a single-use runway airport. Last year, I think it was last year, 2015 in actual fact, they exceeded all forecasts and they had over 40 million passengers through this airport. As I say, I've flown out of Gatwick. It's incredible. And generally they do 55 aircraft movements in an hour. So you work that out. That's I was going to say it's more than 1 a minute. No, it's not. It's about 1 every 1 minute and 5 seconds or something like that. 55 aircraft movements an hour. So takeoffs and landings, departures and arrivals, which is really quite something. Now, let me do this, of course, if I can. Oh, hang on, wrong key. There we go. Just go past midday towards dusk. There we are. And this is where the airport really looks pretty cool. And what I'm going to do, that'll go off in a moment. We'll do a 10-mile approach into the airport, so it doesn't matter what you see now. So let's get back up here, and I'm going to use the Zebo mod. And the reason why I'm going to use the Zebo mod, if I can find him, there he is because it's so stable. You never have any problems with it. So we'll come in on 26 left on a 10-mile nautical approach, and hopefully we'll start the flight, start new flight. We'll see what it looks like. I can go through some of the finer details. So it's a faithful replica of London Gatwick, high resolution ground imagery, custom night lighting, which we will see shortly. Animations in and around the airport. There's custom tram tracks with animated trams, custom made static aircraft, animated jetways, detailed 3D models. There's ambient occlusion baked in, custom runways, aprons and taxiways, 3D grass and vegetation within the airport and local area. Now when it comes to 3D grass, I have a thing about 3D grass, and Joe knows this, and for me, if you're going to do 3D grass, you've got to get it right. I'm not saying you've got to get it perfect, although perfection is ideal, but you've got to get it right, because if you don't get it right, it can look dreadful. And Joe doesn't mind me saying this because we've spoken about this before. I've seen some developers and they put 3D grass in and it just looks absolutely shocking, really does. So here we are, 10-mile approach. I'm using the Zebo mod, as you can see. I've got the flight director on. We'll just increase our speed here a little bit, even though I'm not on auto throttle. So I'm just going to be landing this line of sight. As you can see, we can see the airport ahead there. Let's get some flap and we'll put some brakes on, a bit more flap. I can start reducing speed. There we go. Oh dear. Move some views. Okay, so hand flying this, so I haven't set the ILS or anything like that. I'll put the sun down a bit on the horizon. There we go. And you can see the night lighting coming into its own here. Really looking good. Absolutely fabulous. I got an FMC alert there. I don't know why. You don't need that. So a bit more flap. And the spoilers. Ooh. Let's get some lights on. And I'll be well off course now, I can guarantee it. Oh no, not that bad. Not that bad at all. Alright, here we go. So coming in to Gatwick Airport. I can just make out the VASI there. I think I was showing something like 3 red and 1 white, so it just needs to come down a little bit. Put some more flap out. Let's take that auto throttle off. I'm just gonna here we come. So the questions have dried up. The auto throttle's off. We can turn that off now. Yeah, a bit more flap as we slow down. And maybe approaching 26 left. Let's put the sun down a bit further. There we are. Nice sunset. Beautiful. What did they say? Red at night, shepherd's delight. Coming in really nice here now. Nice wing view. So just hand flying this in, and you can do this in the Zebo mod, the 737. Such a well balanced aircraft. There we go. 3 red, 1 white. A little bit long. I'll get that down a little bit now. 4 red, and you're dead. That's what they say, innit? 4 white, fly all night. We're good. Display threshold. Coming in over. Nice. Look to the end of the runway. Nose up. And touchdown. Reverse thrust. Whoops. Maintain the center line. And there we are. 97 knots. Whoops. 80 knots. Reverse thrust off. Manual brake in. And can I get off at the high speed? Yes, I can. Marvelous. There's nothing wrong with that. Nicely done. So there we have it. Gatwick Airport. As I said, if you don't own it and you want to fly into the UK, then maybe this is the airport for you. It's $21 from Xplane.org. I like it. I like. I'll need the reversers off. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Why aren't they going off? There we go. And there we are. All done. So as I say, $21 from Xplane.org. I think pilots have done an excellent job with this update. The reason for the update, of course, as I say, was that version 2 came out. I had a couple of problems with it in terms of performance, a couple of bugs. They've worked very, very hard in the last 3 weeks to iron those out. So well done, Joe, and Jack, and everybody else at Pilot. And whilst this wasn't the filmed review that I was doing, I still think that you know, this is giving you a bit more information about it. I am aware that there are a number of videos already out regarding Pilot's Gatwick. I haven't looked at any of them. I don't know whether the people on them do any talking. I know that a lot of Xplane YouTubers, they just put up a video without any kind of dialogue or any kind of voiceover on, which is next to useless. You know, I just don't see the point of that. There's people do tutorial videos, they do cold and dark starts, and they never say a word. So you know, you're left guessing as to what you're supposed to do. And as I say, I cannot see the point of that. It's a complete waste of time. If you're going to do a tutorial video, you need to tell people what you're doing. Anyway, that's me. That's my soapbox for the evening. I'll park this over here. Normally BA would be over at the terminal somewhere, but I'll park this over here. And that's just where I need to be actually. Messed that up a little bit, but that's alright. No one's going to get hurt. And there we have it. The Zebo mod looking brilliant. I found this out the other day. You can actually move the tablet. I didn't know that. You can move it about to anywhere you want in the cockpit as if you're holding it. So you can put it there and zoom in on it, which I thought was pretty cool. I didn't know you could do that until the other day. It's only a lateral movement though. It's not up and down. And then, oops, get it back over here, which is a bit tricky. You only have to move your mouse a little bit and it goes flying all over the place, but that's well cool. Okay, any questions? Fire away. There's 7 people viewing, so if you've got any questions, ask now before I switch off and go and get myself a Jack Daniels and settle down to watch some TV. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to watch tonight. What time is it? Bought a couple of videos today. I bought a couple of films today, Blu-rays. So I bought Ready Player One and Rampage because I missed both of them in the cinema. It was a bit of a shame, really. I missed both of them. I was gutted, but we'll see then. I might watch it tonight. Click to read your unread notifications. Skip frames. Ooh, I missed 16% and 43% of frames 37 minutes ago. Oh well, big deal. Alright guys, let's have a quick shufty outside once again. Just have a look at the airport in the night. It does look really nice, doesn't it? It does look rather special. Let's just, oh, hang on. I like that shot. So that's a screenshot. I've just taken that. Alright everybody, it's time for me to go. As I say, I'm going to get myself a drink. I'm going to watch some TV. You all take care. And Joe, I'm sorry that the video didn't work out because of some problem with my video editing software, which I will sort out very quickly. Just one final thing, for those of you who don't know, the Saab 340 has been updated. If you already own the Saab 340, just go to your X Aviation folder and you'll be able to download that. It's been totally updated for Xplane 11, and I'll probably have a fiddle about in that later on, who knows. Alright, what else? There was a couple of other things as well. It's the world of Xplane moves so fast, as we well know. Let's have a look. Yeah, the P51 Mustang by Kamzin. If you own that, that's been updated to Xplane 11. I'm not quite sure whether it's a free update. We'll have to check that out. It may well be, but we'll see. It's VR ready, and yeah, the P51 Mustang is absolutely superb. It's a fabulous aircraft. That if you like World War II aircraft, it's really flighty, really skips along. It's finely balanced, you land it almost at a stall, so you do need to be very careful with that one. It can be a bit of a handful, but it is lovely, really is nice. Okay guys, that's me. I will catch you all again soon in the very near future. I'll do a live broadcast, let's see, probably do a live stream one morning next week. We'll do a flight. Joe, yeah, there's no problem at all. I will see you at Cosford. Anybody else who's going to RAF Cosford, I will see you there. So, good night. Cheerio.